Hey people of Earth, welcome back to Becky and Powers. Today it's Chicken Soup Sunday. But today I'm not going to be reading an actual story. I'll be reading the introduction, which I found out existed last night.
Mathematically speaking, you should have read the introductions and the abouts when you read the covers.
Yes, Poindexter, I agree. I should have read it when I read the other stuff on Friday, as in the front cover and the back cover. But like I said, I didn't realize it until last night. But thank you for pointing it out to me. I'll keep that in mind. So without further ado, let me read the introduction. This book has been a gift to us. From the moment it was conceived, we have felt the love, joy, and indomitable spirit of women every step of the way. Our hope is that this book will be a gift for you as well. For many years, the four of us, that's these four people, Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, Jennifer Reed Hawthorne, and Marcy Shimoff. So the four of them have been speaking to audiences, often women's audiences, about living our lives more fully and joyfully. We've been inspired, even overwhelmed, by how eager women are to share their hearts, their stories, and their lessons with us. It is from this inspiration that Chicken Soup for the Women's Soul has been born. We experience miracles every day in the creation of this book. We felt as if an invisible hand was guiding us along the way. For example, we searched for more than a year for Phyllis Volkins, the author of A Goodnight Kiss, to get her permission to use her story. We finally located a distant cousin who told us that Phyllis and her husband had moved to Iowa, and they were only living miles away from Jennifer and Marcy. More remarkable, however, was the response of Phyllis's husband, Stanley, when we called. He told us how happy he was that we had found them. They had been Chicken Soup for the Soul fans for years, but Phyllis had only about 1 week to live. He couldn't wait to tell her that she would be a part of our book. He later told us how much it meant to her. She died 2 days later. Women who sent us their stories told us repeatedly how grateful they were to have the opportunity to write them down. They said that even if their stories were not included in our book, they were happy to just have expressed them. In doing so, they felt cleansed and renewed. Because of this book, we too were changed people. We see more clearly what's really important in life. We appreciate more deeply the human experience, and we live more fully in the moment. Women bring such beautiful gifts to the world through their openness, compassion, and wisdom. Our deepest desire is that each time you read these stories, you will come away with a greater appreciation for yourselves and for each other, as we all did. As one of the women who wrote us, Mary Michelada, said so beautifully, all women go through periods in their lives when numerous demands are placed on them: family, work, spouse, ex-spouse, children, stepchildren, parents. It is important, indeed necessary to step back and reevaluate one's priorities reevaluate one's priorities, to reflect on one's mission in life. For it is only in nurturing one's soul that one can take care of one another. Sometimes one must say, stop, listen to me, I have a story to tell. So from our hearts to yours, we offer you Chicken Soup for the Woman's Soul. May you experience the miracles of love and inspiration when you read this book. May it touch your heart and move your spirit. Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, Jennifer Reed Hawthorne, and Marcy Shimoff. So now, like I said, I'm going to read their about pages so we get to know more about our lovely editors. Finding it. Okay. Who is Jack Canfield? Jack Canfield is one of America's leading experts in the development of human potential and personal effectiveness. He is both a dynamic, entertaining speaker and a highly sought-after trainer. Jack has a wonderful ability to inform and inspire audiences towards increased levels of self-esteem and peak performance. He is the author and narrator of several best-selling audio and video cassette programs, including Self-Esteem and Peak Performance, How to Build High Self-Esteem, Self-Esteem in the Classroom, and Chicken Soup for the Soul Live. He is regularly seen on television shows such as Good Morning America 20/20 and the NBC's Nightly News. Jack has co-authored numerous books, including Chicken Soup for the Soul series, Dare to Win, and The Aladdin Factor, all with Mark Victor Hansen. 100 Ways to Build Self-Concept in the Classroom with Harold C. Wells, and Heart at Work with Jacqueline Miller. Jack is a regularly featured speaker for professional associations, school districts, government agencies, churches, hospitals, sales organizations, and corporations. His clients have included the American Dental Association, the American Management Association, AT&T, Campbell's Soup, Clariol, Domino's Pizza, GEITT, Hartford Insurance, Johnson & Johnson, the $1 Million Roundtable, NCR, New England Telephone, Remax, Scott Paper, TRW, and Virgin Records. Jack is also on the faculty of Income Builders International, a school for entrepreneurs. Jack conducts a annual 8-day training of trainers program in the areas of self-esteem and peak performances. It attracts educators, counselors, parenting trainers, corporate trainers, and professional speakers, ministers, and other interested in developing their speaking and seminar leading skills. Now let's read about Mark Victor Hansen. Who is Mark Victor Hansen? Mark Victor Hansen is a professional speaker who in the last 20 years has made over 4,000 presentations to more than 2 million people in 32 countries. His presentations cover sales, excellence, and strategies, personal empowerment and development, and how to triple your income and double your time off. Mark has spent a lifetime dedicated to his mission of making profound and positive differences in people's lives. Throughout his career, he has inspired hundreds of thousands of people to create a more powerful and purposeful future for themselves while stimulating the sales of billions of dollars worth of goods and services. Mark is a prolific writer, and has authored Future Diary, How to Achieve Total Prosperity, and The Miracle of Tithing. He is the co-author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, Dare to Win, and The Aladdin Factor, all with Jack Canfield, and The Master Motivator with Joe Batten. Mark has also provided a complete library of personal empowerment audio and audio cassette programs that have enabled his listeners to recognize and use their innate abilities in their businesses and personal lives. His messages have made him a popular television and radio personality, with appearances on ABC, NBC, CBS, HBO, PBS, and CNN. He has also appeared on the cover of numerous magazines including Success, Entrepreneur, and Changes. Mark is a big man with a heart and spirit to match, an inspiration for all who seek to better themselves. Now let's read about the women. Who is Jennifer Reed Hawthorne? Jennifer Reed Hawthorne is co-founder of the Esteem Group, a company specializing in self-esteem and inspirational programs for women. A professional speaker since 1975, she has spoken to thousands of women around the world about personal growth, self-development, and professional success. She is also owner of Hawthorne Training Services, Inc., a company that develops and delivers businesses, writing, and technical writing courses to business, government, and educational organizations. Her clients have included AT&T, Delta Airlines, Hallmark Cards, the American Legion, NutraSweet, Union Pacific, the Norand Corporation, the state of Iowa, Cargill, and Clemson University. Jennifer's involvement with Chicken Soup for the Soul began several years ago when she started working with Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen, giving keynote addresses and seminars based on the Chicken Soup for the Soul message. Already specializing in women's programs, she felt it was a natural next step to team up with Jack, Mark, and business partner Marcy Shimoff to co-author Chicken Soup for the Women's Soul. Jennifer is known as a dynamic, insightful speaker with a great sense of humor and a gift for telling stories. From an early age, she developed a deep appreciation and love of language cultured by her parents. In fact, she attributes her love of storytelling to the legacy of her late father, Brooks Reed, a renowned master storyteller whose original Brer Rabbit stories filled her childhood with magic and the sense of power of words. She later expanded her awareness of the power of storytelling while traveling extensively throughout the world. As a Peace Corps volunteer, teaching English as a foreign language in West Africa, she discovered the universality of stories to teach, move, uplift, and connect people. She says she's never felt this connection more deeply than while working with Chicken Soup for the Woman's Soul. Jennifer is a native of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where she graduated from Louisiana State University in journalism. She lives in Fairfield, Iowa, with her husband Dan and 2 stepchildren, Amy and William. Last but not least, who is Marcy Shimoff? Marcy Shimoff is a professional speaker and trainer who has inspired thousands of people around the world with her message of professional and personal growth. Over the last 16 years, she has delivered seminars and keynote addresses on self-esteem, stress management, communication skills, and peak performance. As a top-rated trainer for Fortune 500 companies, Marcy has worked with clients such as AT&T, General Motors, Sears, Amoco. Marcy has studied self-esteem with Jack Canfield and has assisted in his annual training of trainers program for professionals. In the last few years, she has been delivering keynote addresses based on Chicken Soup for the Soul messages in association with Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen. Because of her extensive experience in addressing women, Western Union and Bristol Myers Squibb. She is also a featured speaker for numerous professional organizations, universities, and women's associations, where she is known for her lively humor and dynamic delivery. Marcy combines her energetic style with a strong knowledge base. She has earned her MBA from UCLA. She also studied for 1 year in the United States and Europe to earn an advanced certificate as a stress management consultant. In 1983, Marcy co-authored a highly acclaimed study of the 50 top businesswomen in America. Since that time, she has specialized in addressing women's audiences, focusing on helping women discover the extraordinary within themselves. Along with her business partner Jennifer Hawthorne, she is co-founder of the Esteem Group, a company that specializes in self-esteem and inspirational programs for women. Since 1989, Marcy, her extensive experience in addressing women's audiences and her background in Chicken Soup, Marcy has teamed up with Jennifer, Jack, and Mark to co-author Chicken Soup for the Women's Soul. Of all the projects Marcy has worked on in her career, none have been as fulfilling as creating Chicken Soup for the Women's Soul. She is thrilled at the opportunity to help touch the hearts and rekindle the spirits of millions of women throughout the world through the stories in this book. Well, there you have it. So, remember, choose kind and keep spinning.